Listen to the lion, hear me roaring in the jungle. Leader of the pack, get the bag, I never fumble. You realize all the time you give it. You realize all the time we wasted.
It's Myra here from Mind Body Soul UK, and I'm here today with Brown Sugar Black Tea. Would you like to introduce yourself? Say who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I can start, Veronica. Oh, V, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So my name is Veronica Hamani, and I'm the co-founder, CFO, and financial director of Brown Sugar Black Tea.
Amazing.
Hi, my name is Cassiane. Cassiane Lawrence. I am the CEO, co-founder, and creative director of Brown Sugar Black Tea.
Amazing. And can you explain a bit more about what Brown Sugar Black Tea is? What inspired you to start it?
Veronica, do you want to take over, or should I go ahead and start?
No, you go ahead and start. I'll jump in as usual.
Okay, no problem. So we are a organic loose leaf tea company, or luxury organic loose leaf tea company that is based in Berlin. We aim to bring healing and joy to all of the consumers that purchase our tea. We are 100% organic and aim to reduce our carbon footprint in any way that we can throughout our company. So everything that we have is sustainable and organic and environmentally friendly. When you get your packages or when people order the teas, we try to make it as environmentally friendly as possible. So everything can be recycled, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you. We just, as I said, aim to bring joy and healing with our teas. And I think a lot of teas that are out there don't really focus on the health benefits. It's more so just for like relaxing.
Yeah.
So all the blends that we do, we focus each blend of tea on a specific, it has a specific purpose. And that's what we aim to do throughout the whole organization or throughout our company plan. Yeah.
Love it, love it. I think that's really good because, you know, when it comes to tea, there's not many natural ones out there. Myself, I love like natural things, and my mum as well, she really loves natural things. So I'm going to have to order some.
Yeah, we can actually send you, I think we can send you a box. What do you think, Veronica? Yeah, that you don't have to pay for, just because you are having us on your platform.
Absolutely, yeah.
Space to be able to tell people about our product. We can definitely send you a box. Absolutely.
Oh, that would be wicked. So what would you say, what benefits does the natural tea have for mental health or for health and well-being?
So, yes, of course, yeah. So tea has, like generally historically always been something that has been consumed traditionally for health, for you know, when you're feeling unwell and things like that. But I also find that with our tea specifically, the preparation, the way we advise and encourage our customers to prepare for it, it's also a process that allows you to completely unplug, to completely focus on what you're doing. You know, it's like almost like a ritual, you know, where you're, you know, sipping the tea, or opening the packages, you know, taking out the teas and filling in the tea bags and boiling your water. It's a process, you know, so we encourage you to really unplug and just focus on yourself. It's like a self-care moment where you're just looking after yourself physically, you're looking after your mental state, where you know, no social media, no outside noise, just focus on you. But also in terms of ingredients, tea as a whole, we have quite a few ingredients in our teas that are beneficial, like to help stimulate your health. So we have like one of our favorite teas, Sweet Kitty, that has raspberry leaves in it, that has proven to be really good for like pain relief and things like that, and all those sort of things that really help contribute to your well-being, both physically and mentally. I always find that myself anyway when I'm preparing tea, that it's just, even whatever I'm doing with intention, is always really good for your mental health, you know, just to switch off and stop.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
maybe I can jump in there as well.
Yeah.
Maybe I can jump in there as well, just to say, like, loose leaf teas are a commodity of earth, right? So I always say that everything is connected, and I believe in divine connection of tea, and that it was placed here on earth to help us in a multitude of ways, whether it's for health or relaxation, to get us going or to help us to sleep. Loose leaf teas can help us to lower our cholesterol, like to get more into the medicinal side of things. They're high in antioxidants. They can help to prevent cardiovascular diseases. They can manage your weight and metabolism, to help with mental clarity, which is very important, and so much more. And there are different types of loose leaf tea groups, for example. But if we focus on the major groups, we have white tea, black tea, and green tea. And then white teas, they can help, like, even though the flavor is delicate and mild, white tea, it can help to retain a lot of positive benefits. Like one of the most notable, is a high concentration on antioxidants, nutrients that protect the body from free radicals and accelerate the aging and DNA damage. Green tea is one of the most potent, and it's recommended that you drink at least 3 cups of green tea each day. It's touted for all of its health benefits more than any variety of tea. Green tea is glorified for a lot of good reasons. It unoxidizes, it contains the same heart health and cancer fighting compounds found in other teas, but it takes things a step further, right? Because it has an ingredient called EGCG, and this is believed to reduce tumors and prevent their regrowth. So this is why it's recommended, especially for men, to drink green tea at least 3 times a day. And just to give a little insight to one of our green teas is the one called Gimme the D. And it's for men's health, and it helps with prostate health. It helps with prostate health. It helps with free radicals. It helps with stamina. So that's the one that we recommend, especially for men, but anybody can drink it. I mean, it's tea, right? But this one helps with a lot of free radicals and a lot of things in men. And then we have our black teas. While, you know, a lot of people drink coffee to boost their concentration, it's actually the opposite effect that it has on it. It makes you concentrate a little bit less, whereas it contains twice the caffeine actually as black tea. So it can overstimulate the heart. And this is why black tea is a better choice than coffee. And it helps you with focus. And the caffeine content of black tea helps to promote the blood flow to the brain, while the amino acid promotes concentration so that you can stay awake and task without placing added stress on your circulatory system. So teas are basically, it's really here to help us to naturally heal ourselves and our bodies.
100%. I agree with that. Amazing. That's really good, because, you know, I find a lot of people struggle to know what's good for them when it comes to certain things, but I feel like tea is a really good way, because a lot of people drink tea, especially in the UK.
Right, exactly.
A lot of people drink tea, so yeah, I think that's really good. What flavors do you have altogether then?
Yeah, so at the moment we have 3 flavors out, or 3 types of teas out. We have, it's called the Strip Teas Collection. Consists of Eternal Sunshine, which is my personal favorite, Gimme the D, and Sweet Kitty. And I think the focus that we wanted to do was to make sure that we have something that concentrates for women, and then for men, and then for everyone. Although, like Kasia mentioned, you can literally drink any of those teas you don't have to drink specific ones. But we want to make sure that we have teas that focuses. If as a man you want to, you know, focus on something particular, then you can go for Gimme the D, but you can also drink Eternal and Sweet Kitty. So those are the 3 flavors we have at the moment, and it seems to be going really well. I wasn't really enjoying them, so yeah.
Nice, sounds good. What are your favorite flavors personally then, both of you?
My personal favorite flavor is the Gimme the D. It's one of our green teas, as I mentioned before.
Yeah.
And I don't normally like green tea, or because the taste is so pungent. So for me personally, liking Gimme the D is very odd, but it's because of the way that we blend it, right? Exactly. I like more subtle teas because they're more traditional to my heritage, like ginger or peppermint. But Gimme the D takes the cake for me because it's strong, but it's not overbearing. The smell is like a pungent citrusy smell. And after you drink it, it's just like such a calming, stress relieving feeling that you have after drinking it. And you almost feel, I remember when we were tea testing and we blended these flavors together. I don't even know how we came about it. We were researching and going into like our herbalistic side of things.
Yeah.
And then we were like, okay, these are the ingredients that are really great for men's health. So let's try to put the best ones together to make the smell beautiful, to make the taste beautiful, because as Black people, like we like things that are tasty, right? And we like things that smell good and like flavor. And so we were like, we can't just make teas that are bland, like it's just boring. We can't do that. So we have to make it very flavorful and tasty. And we're like, okay, so let's put these ingredients. And when it came together and we had the first taste, I was like, oh my God, I need a cigar. I need to be like in my man cave, like sitting down with a cigar, like, and smoking a cigar and then just drinking my Gimme the D.
A cigar, wow.
It makes it feel
Right, yeah.
It's a powerful tea. And I absolutely love it. It's my favorite of the three that we have so far. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And I'm an Earl Grey, usually an Earl Grey coming from the UK. I love an Earl Grey, but I was surprised. I actually really love Eternal Sunshine. It's the lightest of the teas that we have. It's just gorgeous. Like the moment you open the jar and just get that smell, this hits you. It's you want to be on a tropical island drinking tea, even though it's hot. Because I drink tea even when it's hot. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Like I have a small, I'm cherishing the amount that I have left. I literally have like, you know, my candles lit, my bath has been done, my nighttime routine has been done, and I'm just sitting down enjoying my cup of tea. I love it. So Eternal Sunshine is my personal favorite. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, they both sound really good.
Yeah, I think Eternal Sunshine is it's like the fan favorite. Everyone loves that tea.
Yeah, it's the best selling one right now. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. It's really
that one
in terms of smelling.
So what does good mental health mean to you?
For me, good mental health means being in a space to uphold your boundaries, saying no with conviction, and not letting anyone deter you from settling or from setting or holding those boundaries. Good mental health to me means having the ability to manage your emotions. Sorry, were you? Oh, sorry, you were going to say something?
That's a good way of explaining it.
Oh, yeah. So it means for me, having the ability to manage your emotions, to build and maintain valuable relationships, and being able to take accountability for your actions, along with being emotionally intelligent. I feel like a lot of people tend to, when you set and try to uphold your boundaries, a lot of people tend to take that in the most negative way. And I think it's very emotionally intelligent, as well as good mental health, to be able to set those boundaries and uphold them.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Great way of explaining it.
And for me, it's just on top of that, like that's all. I agree with everything that was said. But just to add, like for me, it's also about being at peace with yourself from the inside out. From top to bottom, from your head all the way down to, like, from your, as in your brain, your mind, all the way down. Because I think we have to remember that things externally don't have to be perfect, and they won't be perfect. There's so much going on. But if you can find a way to manage and not those things affect you, then you'll be in a better position. Like nothing is constant. Nothing stays the same. Everything changes. The only constant in any situation is ourselves.
Yeah.
I was listening to this podcast today, one of my favorite podcasts, called Say Your Mind by Kelechi. And she mentioned about mental health. She draws these cards out, and each of the cards like reads different things for that day. And one of them said about unplugging, unplugging and looking after yourself, taking time out for yourself and not feeling bad about it. We, especially as women, Black women, we do so much constantly. We carry wear so many hats, juggle so many balls on a daily basis that we're almost expected to always be strong, to always, always be on point, always be there for everyone else and not really look after our own selves.
It's true.
So right, so it's constant, from family, from friends, home, work, world, everywhere. We always pull in so many different directions that we almost get we almost are made to feel bad when we want to take time out for ourselves, and we shouldn't, so that's why that really stuck with me when she mentioned that in the podcast. And it's so important that we unplug and we really remember to look after ourselves, because if we can't look after ourselves and if we don't have anything for ourselves, we have nothing to give everyone else. So
yeah, love that. So true. So true. Have either of you struggled with your mental health? If so, how did you overcome this?
Yeah, maybe I can go first on this one.
Yeah, that's right.
So I, as a person who suffers from seasonal depression, it is very important. I have a child as well, and I make it a point to try to communicate with her, how mommy is feeling at any point of the day. It can get rough. So when I'm having an episode, I say to her, mommy's in the best mind space right now. Can I have a moment to myself, and so on? And this is, again, comes back to setting those boundaries and keeping those boundaries, and even with your children as well. I think people think that when we have kids, we have to dedicate everything in our being to them, but it's not true, because if we don't take care of ourselves first, how are we going to take care of them to the best of our abilities, 100%. So suffering from seasonal depression, doing the tea business and having to incorporate that into, helping to heal my mental health, as Veronica was saying, this process of doing the tea, of just smelling it, just opening the jar and smelling it. Already you are activating different things inside of your brain to kind of like, it's this, what is it called? Oh my goodness, is it oxytocin that makes the positive, like gives you good feelings? Yeah, so it's just different smells and then the taste, and just being able to sit with myself and say, okay, you know what, everything is going to be okay. Even though it's very difficult at times, because there are days where I wake up and I'm feeling depressed and I'm like, I just don't want to get out of bed today. I don't want to do anything today. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. And so it's very difficult. And what I notice with myself, and a lot of times in my episodes, I start to not eat healthy. And the teas, especially Sweet Kitty, for example, helps me with the hormonal imbalance, because that has a lot to do with it as well, in terms of having the seasonal depression when there's no vitamin D, for example, or when it comes closer to our monthly cycles. So we have a lot of imbalance in our bodies, and using the tea as kind of like a base to help me to get out of that space. I've actually started to rely on it now. So my routine to get out of this depressional phase is I get a glass of the Sweet Kitty, or a cup of the Sweet Kitty. I open the jar, I smell it, just to kind of get into the mind space and get into the healing process. So my body knows, okay, now it's time to try to make yourself feel a little bit better. So I smell the teas and I'm like, okay, these are the flavors that are, so practicing mindfulness. These are the flavors that are in there. These are the things that I'm smelling. And then I pour the water in and let it seep, and then I give that time to just breathe a little bit and take that moment again to try to be mindful and let myself know that, okay, this is what you're going through and it's okay to accept it, but you don't have to stay in this space if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And it's not even like forcing myself out of it, but it's more like easing myself out of the depression, right? Then I drink the tea and I try to do some stretches or something. If I feel up to it, then I'd go for a walk. If not, then I would just maybe try to read a book or watch my favorite show or something like that, just to get my mind back, listen to music and just get my mind back to a space where I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to start the day.
Yeah. Nice. I think it's so important to take time out for yourself, especially when it comes to, you know, seasonal depression. It's very common, and it's important for us to have sun, you know, especially as Black people. It's natural to have sun, and, you know, for our melanin. But
absolutely,
love that.
Yeah.
What about you, V?
So I've had, I didn't even recognize, to be honest, that I was struggling with mental health until something else that I was dealing with prompted me to start therapy. And through therapy that I then realized, okay, I've had issues and I just never recognized them, because I found that a lot of times we, like, especially in Afro-Caribbean families, we don't necessarily talk about this openly, you know, so it's really hard sometimes to recognize where your mental state is not really where you should be. So I started therapy a few months back, and it's been honestly like one of the best things that I've done for myself. I've encouraged like my siblings to do it, friends to do it, because I feel like we look after ourselves in all the other aspects, you know. When we feel hungry, we eat. If we're thirsty, we drink. If we're tired, we sleep. If we need to, you know, move, we move. Why don't we look after our mental state in the same way, you know? If something is not right, talk to someone, you know, or look for whatever means of help that we can get. So yeah, I really found that so effective, and it's really helped me, you know, to sort of not necessarily overcome immediately, but definitely recognize it, take steps towards getting better, and not letting those things affect me that usually get me in that state.
Yeah, amazing. I think it's so good to, like, you know, be able to talk to somebody about how you're feeling and just, you know, let things out, because if you keep them in, it's not really going to help your mental state.
Absolutely. And I just to piggyback back off of what Veronica was saying in terms of taking care of our mental health, especially within the Black community, it is so important. And I think therapy is such a helpful tool. And I think we need to make this known and make it like a highlight, and let it be something that let our community know that it's something that's so important for you to seek help from someone else, and like not just think that you can handle it on your own, because it really helps to go to therapy. And I encourage everyone, even if you feel like you're healthy, go to therapy, because it will help you to kind of create a balance in your life, like to recognize things that you are either failing at or being even good at, that you can amplify that more or do less of something, or and so on and so forth. Therapy is such an amazing tool, and we need to be able to use that more.
Definitely. And that's the key. That is the key, because you just remind me of something actually. You said, like, even when you're well, you should still seek therapy, and that's so true, because we're so programmed, almost, like I said before, just to keep going, and we sometimes don't even recognize, like, even when we're doing well, like we still think, okay, it's good, we don't need any help, we're good. But actually, you still need to talk to someone. You should really talk to someone, you know, because it will help you get that step further that you need to go, you know. So that's really important. It's become, because I think people associate therapy with like negative things only, like it's only when you're not well, you know, it's like a negative sort of thing to it. It's not, it really isn't. It's, you're looking after your mental state, like it can't never be bad, you know. So
definitely, I agree with that. What type of things do you do to help ease your mind?
I'll start. Okay. So there's a lot of things actually I've learned and picked up from a lot of different, you know, friend groups and podcasts, a lot of them. So I tend to like to switch off completely if I'm doing something, in the middle of doing something, I can feel like, okay, I'm getting in this weird vibe, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll either go for a walk or like read my books or make myself a cup of tea and do the ritual, like do the whole thing. Because to me, like I said before, it's such a relaxing, when you can get your brain to come out of the dark space that it's in, and by focusing on something on one thing, or that makes you feel happy, then that's what I'm going to do, you know. So whether it's like listen to music, like Cassie mentioned as well, watching your favorite series, or just like, I have a 2-year-old, so I'm like, sometimes I'm like, okay, I need you to go to your father. Just go to your father and give me like 30 minutes. I just need, do you know what I mean? So I just, whatever it takes, I just unplug myself, switch off. And, you know, like I said, walks really help me a lot, just to get the fresh air. I did that this morning, actually. I went for like a 5-mile walk with 5 kilometers walk with my cup of tea and headphones, and that was it. And I came back and I felt so much more revived and so much more alive. And so I would encourage anyone just to pick up whatever it is you enjoy doing, whatever makes you happy, that creates the serotonin or oxytocin. Just do it. Just get going and do it.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, me too, actually. That walking sounds nice. And I actually did not even get into walking until I came to Germany. I was like, and then my my partner, like their family at Christmas and whenever we meet up and have dinners, they're always like, oh, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, what? You know, and they would be walking for hours. I'm like, what is this? This is not like. And then now that I've been doing it for 5 years, I've gotten into this walking to kind of release, you know, these negative energies and stuff like that. But I do it on my own space. Like, you know, they just walk to just walk. I walk and I'm in my mind mentally connected to the trees and talking to them and saying, you know, thank you for the air that we breathe. Thank you for the universe for providing us with these things, and talking to the ancestors and stuff like that. And those are the kind of things that help me to unwind. Lighting a candle in my room, and just drinking tea. Drinking tea has become like my go-to now. Like it really does help to cleanse my body. And I'm a water baby, and I tune out by taking baths here. When I was living in the Cayman Islands or in Jamaica, when I was in the Caribbean, I would just go to the beach, especially when it was raining, because it's like double the water. And I would lay out on my board, and the rain does come from above, and then my arms and my legs are in the ocean, and it just felt so peaceful and serene. I'm not able to do that here, so I just take baths and drink my tea. Sometimes I let the shower run while I'm in the bath, and it just gives me that sense of being in the ocean again with my eyes closed, you know. So I do that to kind of unwind. And as you know, watching my favorite series or reading a book. But I'm really getting into this walking thing now. And it's very funny because I used to be like, why are you like, this is exercising for no reason. Like there's no purpose to this. But I'm really getting into it now. And it's very nice because they have a lot of forest areas around in Berlin. It's a city, but it's so crazy because there's a lot of forest. And so like close to where I live, there's a really nice park, and to just go for a walk on the lake, it's very, very calming.
Nice. Nice. Love that. I feel like being near water is just so peaceful.
It is. It's cleansing.
Are there any words of wisdom you'd give to people, you know, who might be going through a tough time right now, might be finding it difficult? What would you say?
Maybe I can start with this one.
Go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this might be as cliche as it gets, but as the old saying goes, this too shall pass. You know, our lives go in cycles, whether we are wealthy or moneyless, whether we are sick or healthy, all along our lives are in a constant cycle, and everything is connected. So rest assured that this too shall pass. And if you're going through a difficult time right now, be rest assured that it will be better. And I know it's so hard because even when I'm going through my most difficult moments, and it took me years to learn this. I'm 30 years old now, and it took me until I was maybe 24 to understand the saying that this too shall pass. And I've been through ups and downs. There were moments where I had a lot of money. I was able to buy a house and a car and do all of these things at the age of 24. And then there were moments where I had absolutely nothing, you know, and it's just about how you take that nothing and handle that in that moment to bring it back to something again. You know, they say take a 15 cents and make $1. And it took me some time to learn that, but I've learned it. And so now when I'm in a space where things are difficult, I just go to myself, this too shall pass. Or my favorite saying is, don't push the river, just go with the flow. Everything will eventually be good again.
Yeah. Perfect way of explaining it. Love that. What about you, V?
I would also just add on to that, just to talk to someone, you know. We don't take it lightly when you're going through something and think that you can handle it yourself. Even if you believe that you can, still just talk to someone, you know. Like start training, exercising your mind to focus on things that make you happy. You know, take time away from whatever's bringing you down, like speak up. People will listen. Like if you have friends that, you know, can listen. I mean, it's good to have friends. I think my therapist told me this. It's good to have friends to be a sounding board, but the friends are not your therapists. So remember that, you know.
Yeah.
To speak up and to someone that would listen, to someone that would listen. And when I say speak up, also mean like sharing, because sometimes when we are going through, when we say it out loud and we have a conversation about it, it might save someone else that's in the same position that think that they're on their own as well. Because we, as much as we are, when we are in that moment of that's the state of mind, we always think like we're the only ones going through this, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
But actually, so many of us going through these things, and we need to like talk and share and just help each other out. And just remember that the only constant thing is life is ourselves, you know, our own person. So everything else will change, everything else will pass. So just be kind to yourself as well. Be patient with yourself. Understand that, like Cassian said, this too shall pass. So you need to be patient, be kind, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. Because I find myself almost being really hard on myself when I'm in a position that I feel like I shouldn't be in. I'm like, well, you shouldn't have to, you know, you could have done this and that would have been different. You should have done that and you wouldn't be here, you know. But actually, be kind. It's life, you know.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes, you know, you're in abundance with money. Sometimes you have nothing, and that's okay, you know. But it's like, we'll keep moving and just be kind to yourself and be patient.
Yeah. Love that.
And those boundaries as well. You know, as Veronica was saying, that your friends are not your therapists. So even you, as yourself, as someone could say to your friend, hey, do you have the mental capacity to handle this emotional thing that I'm about to talk to you about? That is also creating a boundary for yourself and your friend to say, okay, yes, both of us are okay to be in this space, so let's go forward. And if your friend says, no, I do not have the mental capacity to handle this heavy emotional thing right now, then we have to respect that. I think that's important as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Well, thank you guys. That was really insightful. You know, I learned a lot about tea and the benefits of the natural tea. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Guys, make sure you go and check out Brown Sugar Black Tea. And yeah, make sure you go and purchase something as well. And, you know, really get your mental health, your physical health in shape. Have you got anything else you'd like to say about your brand or anything?
On Instagram, we're on Facebook, follow us. You can find out more information on our website, www.brownsugarblacktea.com. Write to us. We love to talk to our customers, potential customers, share, like, and all that good stuff.
Amazing. I did check out the website as well, and it's really good. Really good. So yeah, keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Hopefully you can come to the UK.
Yes, that's the plan.
Yes.
We're working on it.
Absolutely. We will definitely, this is speaking it into the universe right now, okay?
Right.
We will have a flagship store in the UK very soon.
Yeah.
As soon as we have one here, we will have one in the UK as well. We'll be doing we have a lot of great things to come. We only have three blends right now, but we actually have 22 planned.
Wow.
And there's going to be so many great things coming. Yeah, there's going to be so many great things coming for everyone. So please sign up to our newsletter on the website, visit us, message us on Instagram. We're always on there. Yeah, just let us know what you would like to see, how you like tea. We always have little fun games that are going on in our stories. So just join the community, and we'll have a lot of great things coming for our community and for just the world in general.
Wicked, wicked, love it. Amazing. Thank you both for taking the time out. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go and check them out, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.